Welcome back to TUNIC. This is going to be another ferry chasing episode because I got another short lunch break. I just want to run around and do something that's just a little bit fun. It feels like progress. It feels like accomplishment without demanding a lot of me. So we're not going to be trying to beat the air or anything like that this episode. We're just going to be following ferries around. So the ferries are sending me south this time. Oh, this is not where I want to be, probably. I'm actually kind of nervous about the ferry sending me towards the West Garden. Oops. Because the West Garden is so convoluted. Getting around in there is tough. Though actually, if any of them send me back towards the ruined atoll, I did want to go back in there at some point because I feel like somewhere down there was a rat guy guarding something, and I was like, oh, I'll deal with that guy later, and then I never did. So anyway, let's check in with the ferries again. Well, they are still sending me south, so that's a good sign for people who want to go to the ruined atoll. I think it's in this direction. However, how do I get down? Like this. This is how I get down. Hello. Haha, take that, you jerk. Oh, that's right. Now I remember the end of the last episode. We came here, and I couldn't figure out what the code is. Like, there's got to be some kind of code indicated by... maybe indicated by this mosaic around the edge? And I am not sure what it is. I mean, I could see maybe these mosaic patterns represent numbers or directions, or like I could see them tying in somehow to like the language here. But I mean, recognizing a very blocky version of a language in tiles, that's something you can do when you really know that language well. If that's what they expect me to do, if these mosaic tiles are actually like symbols from that language, I'm never understanding them, ever. So Ranith Court says that numbers seem possible, that maybe there's this could be a number 1 maybe on the bottom, or I could also see like maybe having to count them. Like, count the tiles? Like... oh, I see what... that is what Ranith Court is suggesting. There's a 1 here. There's a 2 and a 3 over here. Then there's a 4 here, a 5 at the top. And this is a 7, which means that this is probably a 6. I can't see it because of the perspective, but that's probably 6. Oh, that's a great idea, Ranith Court. So... okay, so that means that 1 is down, then we got left, left, then down again, up, right, down. Ha ha! Look at that! Nice work. All right, I've got another ferry. At some point, they're supposed to unlock a prize, right? I think? I don't know. Let's see where they're leading me now. Oh, they want to send me west. All right. Still headed this way. Oh, up here, huh? All right. Nope. Why was my character aimed in the wrong direction? That was obnoxious. Okay, so there's a lot of things this could be. The fact that they are pointing me here. I don't immediately see anything that indicates Golden Path, Holy Cross style directions. I could see there being an explosive hole right here. Actually, let me look at the map. I wonder if there's an indication. Where is the overworld? I wonder if there's an indication here Okay, sometimes there's an indication if there's a secret somewhere. This one doesn't have that. But, I mean, there's one way to test it. Nope, that wasn't it. Oops. Well, let's put this back. Oh, so Casey's Suitcase came in with a State of Decay question, wanting to know, when is the Forever Communities update going to come out? I can't share any information about that right now, but we do have an upcoming official State of Decay stream this next Monday on the 9th. If you're watching this later on YouTube, it might already be the 9th. I'm not sure. But yeah, so we might have a little bit more information for you then. So, all right. So the fairies are telling me there's something here. It does feel like there's kind of a pattern on this wall, but I don't know what kind of sense to try to make out of it. Now, I am curious. Okay, yeah, that is a path, and this is also a path, I assume. Oh, yeah, leading to a hidden thing there. But it feels like there are, like, Tetris blocks up here, right? Like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, there's a pattern in the moss. There's a pattern in the moss, and that's probably why this chest is not... this camera angle is not here for the chest. It's partly here for the chest, but there's lots of chests. You go around a corner, and you just find them because you see an A prompt. You never actually physically see the chest. The reason the camera circles around is because there's a golden path made out of the moss on this wall. Okay, so there's a little nub on the left side there. So if I go up, right, up, left, down, left, up, right, down, right, up, left, up, right, down, right, down. Ha ha ha! Yes! It's so funny how the first 2 or 3 times I looked at this wall trying to figure out if there was a code here, I didn't see it. Like, I was trying to look... It's kind of the negative space problem, where it's like, when you look at something, like, I'm conditioned to look at the bricks as being the thing with a pattern. So I was seeing Tetris patterns and stuff like that in here, but you needed to look at the negative space, the moss, the path drawn in the moss. So Dark Smokey wants to know if I'm a Star Wars fan. I mean, I loved watching the original trilogy. I would watch it on repeat, especially Empire Strikes Back, when I was a kid. I kind of fell out of love with it when the prequels came out, because I was just newly an adult at the time. I was just barely old enough to have, like, you know, taste. And it was difficult for me to sort of accept that this thing that I loved so much as a kid was now just not as good. And so I kind of, fell out of love with Star Wars a little bit with the prequels. And then when The Force Awakens came out, I liked it. I particularly liked the actors and the characters that they'd chosen. And I kind of got into it. I really liked Force Awakens. And while there were aspects of Last Jedi that I didn't like, my favorite parts of it were some of my favorite things I'd ever seen in Star Wars. Like the arc between, Rey and Kylo, and the weird stuff with Rey's training and stuff, and the resolution with sort of, fake Luke fighting, fighting Kylo Ren. All of that stuff. Oh, this is definitely a Golden Path pattern, isn't it? All of that stuff was some of my favorite stuff that I've ever seen in Star Wars. So I loved it. There were definitely things that I didn't love in The Last Jedi, but I loved that stuff. And so I was feeling really hopeful. And then The Rise of Skywalker crushed my dreams again. And then The Mandalorian came out, and The Mandalorian was really good. So it's like, I don't know. Star Wars is just this up and down experience for me, where it's like, I will love something, and then I will hate something, and then I'll love something, and then I'll hate something. It's that world has really got massive potential to tell really cool and clever stories. And sometimes they succeed, and sometimes they don't. So I guess I love Star Wars as a world. And I love a lot of things that have been done with Star Wars. But when you call yourself a Star Wars fan, I think that kind of implies that you have a sense of like a level of connection to the entire thing and a feeling of like belonging and ownership over the entire thing that I don't really feel. Like I feel like I'm kind of in and out. Okay, so Rosenberg actually says that one camera move that highlighted that chest, that they were also wondering about that. Like, why does this chest get a special camera move? And at the time, there's no way that I would have realized that the moss pattern meant anything, because I didn't even know that following maze-like patterns in the ground was even a thing in this game until very recently. Speaking of which, let's go up the left side of this pattern and see if it will make a chest happen. So that's up, left, right, up, left, up, right, down, left, up, right, down, right, up, left, right, up. Ha-ha! Hello, chest. Another fairy. What do you know? All right, anything else over here in the West Garden? Of course there is. All right. Is there an easy way to get down there? Probably not. I'm probably going to have to, like, fight my way through a bunch of nonsense. Well, let's just get it done. Let's get it done this episode. Nonsense in the West Garden. That's what this episode's going to be about. Oh, I'm frozen. Hi. Okay, anyway. Okay, this is a dead end. That's some health. Ah, here's how we get down. Hello. Yep, we're going to have to fight a bunch of these little jerks. I wonder, is there another fairy that... Oh, there's more fairy stuff that's closer to me down here, I think. Whew, it's so funny how, like, unscary those guys are when they were just a nightmare when I first encountered them. Okay, over here someplace, huh? Wait, can I even go that far left? Yeah, I guess I can. Let's collect all this magic and health. Senior Sausage asks if I think there will be an XCOM 3. Well, I definitely don't have... Dang it. I don't have any inside information on that. Nobody at Firaxis is telling me their plans. I know that they've been working on, Midnight Suns, which I'm really excited to check out. As hilariously dorky as that trailer is, it still actually makes me excited. Oh, here we go. This is where I want to be. Oh, what's up with these flowers? Is this where the fairies want me to be? But yeah, I mean, XCOM has been such a success for that team. I would be surprised if they never came back to it. And they also did a kind of a cliffhanger at the end of XCOM 2, setting up, something coming from the deep. We might have some sort of, I don't know, Cthulhu-inspired nonsense in some future XCOM. So I'd be surprised if they never did it again. I hope that that's what they've got slated after Midnight Suns, but who knows? Okay, so historically... Oh, wait, this is the same thing as the mosaic tiles that we did at the beginning of this episode. It's just numbers. That's all this is. I thought I was going to have to trace some kind of path between these flowers, and that was going to be obnoxious. But no, there's a 1 here, there's a 2 here, there's a 3 here, and they're all on different sides. So we're going to go left, down, right, left, up, down. Boof! All right. Okay, I've been wondering what happens if you stand in the spot. Usually I get out of the way of the chest, but I just deliberately stood in the spot where the chest is, and they just teleport me a little bit outside the chest, which is good. And they hide it in the sort of the bam effect that happens when the chest appears. All right, so it never occurred to me to teleport that direction. I came to the garden to like screw around and teleport and try to find stuff, and that spot never occurred to me. Okay, the fairies are kind of wandering now. Does that mean that I found the last thing? I'm not sure if the fairies always work if there's something in the map that you're in. Oh, what's this? Ah, just money. That's fine. I'll take money. Yeah, I don't know if they always work when there's something in the area that you're in, or if, like, there's a proximity thing. Like, if I'm on one end of a map, then the fairies won't fire off for something that's at the other end of the map. Let's try it up here. Yeah, it feels like they're not taking me anywhere. So, well, let's start heading this direction, I guess. Oh, do I have any new well tokens? I don't. Do I have any new... Ah, I can build up my stamina points. Can I? Wait, can I not do it after... Okay. Why did that not work? Oh, maybe it was too expensive. I didn't see how much money I had. So Raneth Cord says, I love the simplicity of these puzzles. It makes them so cool. Yeah, I agree. It's like it's kind of fun how they could hide puzzles like that literally all over the world because the mechanic is so simple. There's like hundreds of different ways you could represent the instructions for the mechanic. And so really the puzzle is recognizing the pattern in the world. Okay, so I've got 1907. This costs 400. Okay, I don't know why it didn't work the first time I hit it. But here we go. Longer stamina bar. So, yeah, so one of the things that I have been trying to do is power up my character so that maybe I can actually handle the air. So having a higher mana bar, a higher stamina bar, those will both be extremely helpful. What was in here again? Nothing. All right. Come on, get me on the thing. All right. Oh, there's the hero's grave. So, yeah, because now I'm in the West Garden, I've got no idea how to get anywhere. Okay, here we go. And we're back. Wait, what was in here? I just gotta keep reminding myself where crap is. Oh, right. The giant power generator. Well, actually, since that's an indoor thing, let me just see if I get anything from the fairies if I'm in here. Okay, I don't. So I think maybe now it's time for me to go and... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Find some teleporters or something. Wait, can I get down from here? No! Can I get down from here? Oh, dang it. Is this like a one-way trip, or do I have to travel through this entire... Oh, wait. Aha! I used to have to travel through that entire complicated interior before I had the ability to teleport. Now I can do all kinds of stupid stuff, and it's fine. Okay, back here where I started. Let's go find a teleporter. Oh wait, actually, I was gonna take one last look at the atoll, wasn't I? That's down here, isn't it? Oh, and we've got a teleporter right here if we need one. So there was a spot that had a rat in it. I don't remember where it was, and actually I could be misremembering that it was even here. But I felt like there was some spot I couldn't get to before. Because there's a rat standing in the way. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll deal with that guy later. And then I never did. So my gut tells me it was somewhere on the left side. What was my way of getting over onto the left side? And again, I could be completely misremembering this. How do I... Okay, I'm here now. Where is here? Oh, I just managed to... Okay, whatever. Aha! Oh, so I took my gas mask off because I'm smart. That means that I'm going to be in a bad way if I get too close to some of this stuff. So let's... I don't know what this one does. So let's switch this one out for my gas mask. No, not that. I want this guy. Come down here. I want to murder you for no reason. All right. Ah, there he is. Yeah, so I've got no memory of whether or not... Like, it could be that I've passed this way before and I just forgot. Oh, yeah, I have passed this way before and I just forgot. Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't leaving something unexplored over here. Now, let's check in with the fairies. Are they just wandering around randomly? Looks like they're wandering around randomly. Okay, so there's nothing here. So, no. I want the other one. There we go. Okay. So, Phoenix Roseblade says that was the second sword that they put there for some reason. Okay, let's refresh my stuff. Oh, interesting. So there was a point earlier on where I found a second sword that seemed to have no purpose. And Harold55 says that they put a second sword in the game specifically for speedrunners. That's an idea I had never thought of before, like basically deliberately putting unnecessary things in your game just so that speedrunners have like an alternate route to take. That's pretty clever. Okay, let's have a look at the... Okay, so Westgard, so Quarry. I don't think I've done any fairy explorations in the Quarry, so let's head that direction. I've already got our gas mask on, might as well. All right, fairies, what is there? Something way out that direction. Of course there is. Dang it. Oh, hey, have I ever prayed in front of this thing? Okay, it's too broken to work. I wasn't sure. I guess there's no need for it. I just couldn't remember if I'd ever done it. These guys are much easier to fight now that I'm all leveled up. Oh, well, except that guy. Ah, get over here. All right, fairies, where am I headed? Still up there. All right. I've forgotten how to get anywhere in this area, but that's fine. We'll figure it out. Oh, weird. Sorry, Twitch just had a weird message pop up for me. Okay. Anyway, what was I doing? Are we heading up? I'm trying to remember. Oh, wait. There's something in here? Oh, hi. A little dolly. Sweet. Huh, okay. Well, that was interesting. Let's check the fairies again. Looks like they're still sending me up this way. I just keep letting that guy hit me. I should stop doing that. Oh, wait. How did I miss this? You spend all your time desperately trying to find the most hidden, weirdest chests. And then you'll just miss the most obvious ones. Dang it. Come here, guy. All right. Okay, fairies? Even further north? Or... Oh, inside that door, huh? How do I... Let's double check that. Did they go inside this door? Oh, no, I don't think they did. They went higher. Okay, so let's go up here. It's not going to be on the mountain, is it? Okay. So is this going to be another, like, constellation puzzle? Like, we start at the pyramid and we go up, right, down, left, up, right, up, left, down, left, up, right? Is that enough? That doesn't involve these two over here. But it might. Okay, yeah, maybe I could cross from the upper left corner to the upper right corner. Let's try it. Okay, let's go up, right, down, left, up, left, down, left, up, right, right, down? Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure if right down was necessary at the end, but it was. Tendalense says, I just reached this part yesterday. I really need that gas mask. It's hard doing a no-hit. Yeah, so same. Like it's kind of fun how you start feeling really powerful in the earlier sections. Then you come here and they've got the radiation that just does horrible things to your health. And then after you spend some time in here feeling overwhelmed, then they give you the gas mask and you feel like you can handle it again. And then you get knocked down into the spirit world, where again you have to start over. It's like they do a good job of keeping you in that sort of like, I can't quite handle this zone, where a lot of games struggle with that. A lot of games struggle with sort of not letting you just sort of feel over leveled by the end. This game explicitly knocks you back again and again and again. In different ways, either by physically knocking you back, like they did with the spirit world by killing you, or and taking away all your stats, or by introducing some new thing the enemies can do that just make your old defenses and your old attacks irrelevant. Then you have to get something new. Okay, we're back here. I'm pretty sure the fairies have nothing to say here. Oh, dang it. I didn't mean to be... You know what? I don't care. Bye! Okay, so what other places do I need to go? There might be something in the Frogs domain, I just realized. The first time I considered going... This is not the Frogs domain, but the first time I considered going to the Frogs domain... It was because I was looking for things that I could teleport to, not because I was looking for fairy things. Now that I'm looking for fairy things, it might be worth going back there, which I should have done it while I was at the atoll, but, whatever. Let's restock. Oh, Coalición, no, I forgot to go and watch those videos you told me you'd sent me on Twitter. I did see them, and I just didn't get around to looking at them, so I'll have to do that later today. Sorry about that, Coalición. I was just so distracted by running off to a meeting the last time you mentioned them to me that I didn't have time to do it at the time. So, Squishy Soft... is diving into the whole get good debate, and I totally sympathize with you. So Squishy Soft says, why do all these amazing games have to have a play hard Souls-like feel? One of the reasons I didn't play Hollow Knight and Tunic is the difficulty was, I like what Dark Souls has done with the game design, but I'm worried that every game now will be grim and difficult. So, yeah, so I agree. I'm definitely on the side of wanting games to be accessible by default, and I don't just mean accessible to people with disabilities, but also just accessible to more players. Like having because there's a difference, I think, between the ideas in a story or the ideas in a game being complex and interesting for an adult to grapple with. That's different from the difficulty of even making progress in a game being difficult for a typical person or for any particular member of the audience to grapple with. Those are two different things, and I think that it should be possible to make interesting and valuable games that aren't necessarily the hardest games in the world, that being hard by itself isn't the only way to sort of judge the value of a game. And so there's a lot of folks for whom, the difficulty of a game like Dark Souls is a major draw for that game. It's why they want to play it. And I have nothing against there being games that are hard. Like, if that's what you're going for, I mean, there's definitely types of game that, for me as a player, I really want to be challenged as much as that game is capable of challenging me. And I want those kinds of games to exist. And I think that people who want to have really difficult games should have really difficult games to play. But the idea that it would somehow break a game to provide an alternate way to play it that isn't all about the challenge, I just don't see the problem of that. Like if there's a player out there who plays a game at the hardest difficulty and they feel very powerful and special because they're able to beat the game at the hardest difficulty, having there be a lower difficulty that other players can play at so that they can have the same kind of fun and get the same kind of rewarding experience without just being booted out of the game because they can't, for whatever reason, the physical challenge of the game is beyond them. Like, I don't see those two things having to be in conflict. Like, I don't feel like, if I want a particular game to be hard for me, that doesn't mean I need to make it hard for everyone and make it inaccessible for people who aren't looking for the same experience that I am. And so that's why, people got mad at us when we added the green zone. Okay, I'm going to zap around like crazy to try to get rid of this fire. When we added the green zone to State of Decay 2 before we added the lethal zone. Because they were like, they basically had this almost patriotic sense of like, we're the real players. How come you're not giving us what we wanted? Because we're the players who play difficult. What the heck? What was I bumping into? That was weird. Because a lot of times if somebody plays at the highest difficulty level, they feel like they're the real players and other people are the fake players, and their perspective is the only one that matters. And that is just not my attitude. Like, I want everybody who is interested in sort of the ideas and the experience of State of Decay to be able to play State of Decay and have that experience. And so yeah, so we went with Green Zone before we went with Lethal Zone because it was really important to us for those players who found the baseline difficulty of State of Decay 2 just unappealing to try to grapple with. We wanted them to be able to enjoy the fantasy of living in the zombie apocalypse. And so we went with that first. And then we did also eventually give people who wanted the Lethal Zone. But for us, I guess the game just wasn't about maximizing the difficulty. Like, that's not what the game is. The game is about a lot of things, but it's not about that. It's about a lot more. And we want a lot of people who just sort of share that fantasy with us of like wanting to test yourself against something as challenging as a zombie apocalypse, and sort of grapple with the questions of how you would run a community and how you would survive. Like, you don't have to be the greatest action video game player to be interested in exploring that with, in a game. And so we want people to be able to have that experience regardless. That was me ranting a lot without reading any of the chat. Coalition, I'll see if I can watch the videos that you sent me on the stream at some point. SquishySoft said Celeste was a good happy medium to the thing. So Celeste, that's a really good example because Celeste is a brutally difficult game, but they made themselves famous for including a lot of accessibility options where you could turn off aspects of the game that made it difficult or give yourself helps to make it more possible to get through. And actually, I believe that TUNIC has got something similar. If you go over to accessibility, you can do things like no fail mode, no stamina restrictions. You can do these. If I turned these on, then I could either just like I never die. I assume that's how it works. I just never die, so I can just keep beating myself against the boss until the boss dies. Or I could just get rid of the one thing that makes fighting the air really difficult for me is the fact I keep running out of stamina when I'm trying to teleport around. Like, if I wanted to be like, you know what, I want to see the end of this game, and I'm never going to be able to beat the air, I could turn this on, and I could probably pull it off. I'm not going to yet, but I totally could. So that's a really good example. Oh, interesting. So Tandalense says, I like the way Hades deals with it. Not making it easy, but lowering enemy damage and health with each run of the God mode. So I'm not sure exactly what I don't know. I haven't played Hades deeply enough to know exactly what you're talking about, but yeah, I do appreciate it when people build into their game design ways to mitigate the difficulty and tackle it in different ways that might make it appeal to different people. Okay, Dark Smokey's got a question that's irrelevant to this, but I'll try to answer it at the very end. Oh, so La Coalition says that the video that he made explaining why Green Zone was a good thing became, at the time, his most popular video. Yeah, and this is like a how you play games and how taking pride in the way that you play games is such an emotional thing for a lot of people. People really are interested, no matter which side they're on, they really care about this debate. And you can really see that in the popularity of videos that grapple with it. Okay, so oh, hey, Brian Menard's here, and he subscribed. Thank you, Brian Menard. That's awesome. Okay, I've been standing here. This is obviously another one of these puzzles where you count the things in different directions. So I'm going to go right, left, down, right, up, left. All right. What do you bet it's another fairy? It's another fairy. Sweet. Any more fairies in the Eastern Vault? Poking around. Nope. Nothing here. Oh, we're getting so close. So we've got about 10 minutes before I need to go somewhere else. So let's see if we can find one more fairy chest. Coalition says, hey, all of these are fairies. So far, they've all been fairies, but I feel like at the very beginning, the fairies led me to something that wasn't a fairy. That's why I keep being a little bit surprised, oh, it's another fairy, because I thought that the fairies had led me to something else at some point. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm misremembering, but I thought that was the case. Anyway, so let's... Town Ruins Eastern Vault was where I just was. I've forgotten what the lower right was. I think that might be the librarian. Or the floating library. I think that might be one of the last places I haven't gone yet. So let's go here. Okay, so Coalition says, according to Google, all of these chests have fairies, but you get prizes at the 10th and the 20th fairy. So I'm wondering if maybe you get a little pile of fairies at the very beginning, and so I early on hit 10, and that's what I was looking at when I got a prize, and I thought, oh, you're not just getting fairies, you're getting prizes. Maybe that was the experience that I was having. Okay, so is this telling me to go down the ladder, or is it telling me there's something in this room? I'm gonna go down the ladder and see if that feels like the right move. So let's look for fairies again. Oh yeah, they're just sending me further down the stairs. I haven't been down here in a while. I actually forgot what was down here. Another thing I'm going to have to consider is going over to the swamp, which... Oh, look at this! Yeah, this would not have looked familiar to me at first, but it definitely looks familiar now. Okay, let's say that I have to start at this hexagon, and let's go up and to the left. So let's go up, left, down, left, up, right, left, left, down, right, down, left, up, down, left, up, right, left, up, right, down, left, down, right, down, left, down, right. Boosh! Whenever I get a long one like this right without mistakes the first time, I feel like a miracle happened. Like, that shouldn't have been possible. All right, there we go. Oh, so Brian Menard says that he saw a job posting for a customer advocate at the lab, and he wonders what something like that would be. So the customer advocate job, and several people that I know, maybe even in this chat, have already applied. And so, yeah, there's going to be... we've had a fair number of applications, I think, for that. Oh, hello, sir. Are you a bad guy? No, you're just nice? Okay, cool. But basically, that's... so you're all aware that, Joe Swarner recently became a designer on the State of Decay 2 team. Am I supposed to do something with this guy? Or is he just going to follow me around like a weirdo? The job that he had before he became a designer was customer advocate. where it was his job to sort of to be the guy who I assume I've already been here. It was his job to be the guy who, when you sent in a ticket to the support site to complain about a problem, he's the one who would answer your questions, help you solve your problems, and if there wasn't a good solution, it would be his job to write up a bug for us to sort of to tell the development team, what was going on and try to get it fixed on a broader scale. And so that was his job for a long time. And he wasn't the only one doing it. He had another guy working for him. Oh, this is not the way I want to go. And but yeah, now that he's moving into being a designer full time, we'll need another person to do his job. So that's what we're hiring for. So by the time you watch this later on YouTube, I don't know, that position might have been filled. So but that's what it is. So I just wanted to double check, make sure I'm not about to leave here. Yep, I think we're good. So let's get back to the teleporter. And now I've got about 8 minutes until my next meeting. And I'm kind of out of ideas when it comes to places to search. I assume if some of the ferries in here, they're not going to take me anywhere, right? Yeah, so I'm going to quit real soon, but I think the next place I want to go is the swamp. And I'm not sure, I don't remember if the only way to get to the swamp is in the spirit world, or if it's possible to do it as a living fox. So let's go find out the answer to that question as sort of the last thing we do this episode. Coalición says, don't forget to raid. I will try my best. We'll see how quickly I can go and find the answer to my question. It was over here, right? Okay, so it used to be that I needed the ladder there was like a ladder and or a bridge here when I was in the spirit world. But I can also get here, or can I? This way when I'm not in the spirit world. Holy crap, could we please just... I would like to be on the normal ground at some point, please. Okay, those ferries are definitely going somewhere. Or are they? Oh, wait a minute. It looked like maybe they were going somewhere, but now they're wandering around. I don't know. I guess I'll have to find out next episode whether there's something in the swamp for me. So let's wrap this up real quick. There's a subscribe button. Thank you for coming with me on this journey. Right now I am just kind of chasing collectibles. I know it might not be the most exciting thing in the world, but I'm happy to have you along. Next TUNIC episode right there.